Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Dedicated Art. This is our Schmoedown reaction. I'm Chris Doman. I'm going solo tonight as Case is a little preoccupied this weekend. He's had his lovely lady over from the Ukraine with him all week, and it's like, you know what, dude, you take your time. Take your time, and we'll be back to doing our usual panel together next week, but I wanted to do this myself tonight. So I'm actually going to be doing a two-parter. This is, I'm just going to go, because I missed Tuesdays and I still haven't seen it. I don't know what happened. I mean, I take a wild guess, but we'll get to there when we get there. So tonight, up to bat first is Lon Harris and JTE versus the Wildberries, who managed to stay exactly as they are this year, which is insane. And I will say I'm very happy for the Wildberries right now, because they're one of the most entertaining teams in the league. That goes without saying. And on top of that, you know, they're up against two players that I know they'll be formidable together. And look, this is the Evil Geniuses match to lose. It really is. But I think the Wildberries, under the management of Ricky, will certainly make things interesting. So we're going to just hop into that match, and then we'll get into the fun time to be, that is the Odd Couple versus the Paddington 2, which for me is a match that I'm super stoked for. So we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
So I was like, yeah, Christian, of course you can't tear the Wildberries apart. You stick your arm in that bush, you're going to get degloved. It's just going to be skin and blood.
It's berries that are wild. They will attack any body part put inside of a bush, especially during a team tournament called Anarchy. The only thing that is anarchist about this whole thing is the Wildberries.
Yeah, so I told him, you want ratings? You want merch sales?
You want t-shirts all over the...
You might want to... Hey, boys.
Hey,
Hi, Ricky. It's been a little...
I know we didn't leave on the greatest of terms, and you know, I had to find my way.
I'm perfectly happy where I am right now. Thank you.
You know what? I'm perfectly happy with where you're at now
he?
too.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've been watching you guys from the sidelines. I left Bibiani.
Awesome.
You know, he wasn't doing so great.
Oh, it didn't work out.
Turns out he's doing okay now, but you know, my opinions have changed about you too. I like the way you guys work together, and I got one thing to say.
Nice. Nice. Of course he's wearing the shirt.
I'm your manager now, and you can boss me around. Tell me to do whatever you want. That's how I do it.
How about you start by getting that beer bong? We got a fucking match to fight.
Beer bong incoming, boys.
I love the Wildberries. They're insane, but I love them.
Wildberries, they're known as entertainers, and now they're also known as winners. They started out 0-2. Nobody ever gave them a shot to win a match. They were just kind of fun at parties.
You got the Wildberries and the real rejects about to go head-to-head.
You see the red, the white, the blue. I'm wearing this because we play for the common man.
And your winners!
I am a little sad that they won that one.
Look out, Kingsman. We're coming for you.
We have a winner by way of TKO! Wildberries!
The Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018. The theme is Anarchy.
Anarchy.
They're still together. Ooh, the professor.
Oh,
Lon Harris.
Lon Harris coming in strong this season.
Lon Harris.
Strong.
No.
What?
JTE.
Wow.
JTE and Lon Harris.
The professor, Lon Harris, who showed with that match against Ethan how much he knows. A match against Cody Hall that was also equally impressive. And JTE, who has coming off of 2 straight losses in teams, and they're going to be going up against the Wildberries.
Look, Wildberries, I love you. I mean, Wildberries! But sadly, you guys don't have it. Not this time. This is gonna be a good one.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown alongside Ken, the afternoon podcast for himself, Nassau, Mark, Baby Carrots, Ellison. Ken, I welcome them to the Schmoedown. I should have welcomed them back to pure anarchy because we are in the midst of the tournament now. What a matchup we have today between one team that managed to stay together versus a brand new squad called the Evil Geniuses.
I am excited to see both of these teams. I have no idea which way this will go. You have two teams here, kind of, I mean, I don't want to say opposite.
That's one word for it.
One's a library, one's a frat party. That's what this is. The Wildberries, I don't even know how they managed to stay together. I thought the Anarchy was tossing things all asunder, and here these guys, a little bit of that Macuga luck comes into play, and he you know, draws a name, and it's his buddy. It's amazing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Kalinowski obviously has his fingerprints all over this tournament, and it was a shock, and maybe that was part of that Josh Macuga magic that we've seen rear its ugly head time and time again, dating all the way back to 1972's Immaculate Reception, where he threw his marriage to someone way out of his league, and now he gets to remain partners. And not just that, he has a manager now in Ricky Elliott, who I think maybe could take the Wildberries to the next level, and if not that, corporate speaking engagement.
You met Ricky Hayberg, who was former friends with Eliot Dewberry. It's interesting he's back in the picture and kind of adapting to their style a little bit. Hayberg was at times a little more quiet, more reserved. He was working with Bibiani and all those guys, and now he's here. And you know, if Elliot and Ricky are back together doing that like predator handshake thing, that's even more power driving this team into this.
Did you say Ricky Hayberg?
Yeah,
sounds like a nice young man. I would love to meet him. When you look at the Evil Geniuses, you're right. At least one of them is the polar opposite of the Wildberries. The Wildberries laugh at a raunchy comedy like Animal House, whereas you imagine that Professor Lon Harris sits at home and enjoys a quiet evening with Frasier and his many cats. His teammate, however, JTE, a guy no stranger to not only the white-hot spotlight of the Schmoedown, but the playoff format in general that we've done here for a number of years now, and even winning some playoffs, having a belt around his waist.
Here's the thing. I know the nights at Ken and some of my stuff has maybe taken me away from working with JT, but let me tell you something right now. He is one of the greatest champions of all time.
Yes.
He's proven this time and time again. He's coming here.
No question.
He and Schneider are a Hall of Fame team. They could never compete again, and we would enshrine them tomorrow. That's how good they were, and JT, time and time again, kept proving he was a force in that team. And Lon Harris, the professor, this is a guy who spends his Friday nights reading Hitchcock scripts with some brandy, just sniffing this, the words, they jump off the page. You know, this is that type of guy. And these two together, it's
awesome.
like a vacuum at a bus station. I don't know how it's going to work.
We're about to find out what that metaphor is all about, and we're also going to hear from the competitors pre-match right now.
Sometimes I worry for you.
Greetings, my students. It is I, the professor, returning after a long sabbatical to once more compete, this time in the team division. Very excited to be in a new layer of this Schmoedown casserole.
Dude, I don't understand a word you said. Listen, I am not just your partner. I am an ex-champion, okay?
You know, a distinguished colleague.
Distinguished
a fellow
colleague.
faculty member.
Yeah, I went to college. What does that have to do with it?
Of Screen Junkies.
You can't get rid of the Wildberries.
It doesn't matter if it's a tournament or a non-tournament. We stick together. The energy that is
Kuga.
the Wildberries.
This is the microphone.
It's not
Use
just
it.
about competing. It is about educating the Schmoedown. It's about raising up young minds.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, shut your mouth a little bit here. The main fact is, I am an ex-champion for a year and a half. You have the book smarts and your little pipe and all that, but I have the street smarts. And the streets is where you win championships. I'm like Lionheart, man, Van Damme in it.
Rest your voices. You need them for answering trivia. Come on. Listen, you're facing Lon. You're facing JTE. The baby geniuses. Pathetic. Let me ask you something. Who's got more to lose?
Them.
I give Macuga some credit. I faced this guy before. He's not a pushover. He has a little, I think it's a little bit of an act to be like, oh, I'm a crazy wild man. But honestly, when it comes down to it, at times he knows his shit.
Now, are they both actual professional horticulturalists?
I don't think they love horror movies. I don't think that's their strength at all.
I think it's time for the baby geniuses to get a big old spanking and go home with a soiled little diaper.
courtesy of eating some raw wild berries.
Yep.
Bad for your stomach.
They are very, very spicy.
I think it's going to be a productive and enriching series of matches that we're going to embark on.
You remind me of my second stepdad. This is the worst. Let's just go win this match.
Oh, it's time to get crazy! It's time to pump up those numbers! No, I don't know the movie that quote is from, but these guys do, and they're gonna show you right now!
It's time for the Wild Berries!
Wild Berries! Now let's get drunk and win some trivia!
Those two bring me so much joy.
All right, Will,
those three.
The Wild Berries up to their usual antics, being very loud into the mic. Nice to see Ricky come in there and restore some semblance of order, but then really get into the Wild Berry spirit himself. And I was not aware that they had T-shirts for sale. Thanks for letting us know, gentlemen. When you look at the Evil Geniuses, I see that chemistry working right away. They may not understand each other's references when it's time.
I wish I had some booze with me right now so I could take a shot for every single time they say, you can get a Wild Berry t-shirt at TeePublic.
They're going to do great in that department.
It's interesting to see these two. Well, on one hand, you have opposites attract, perhaps with Lon and JT, and then you have
All right, whiteboard.
like-minded fools competing together
Let's
here.
do it.
That promo from the Wild Berries, it's going to be used in classes by police departments to encourage.
I'm gonna go for
minors
16 to
drink
16
less.
tonight.
It's that kind of a promo, and the other
I know it
hand,
won't happen.
JT, he's been here before. You can kind of see in his
But
face
let's see what
he's ready to
happens.
Well, I know the Wild Berries are great at chugging alcohol. The Evil Genius is great at smelling it before they have a sip. Ken, what is some tail of the tape?
I'm not great at spelling. They
Tail
got
of the
JTE.
tape. Let's start with the Wild Berries, a known entity. Their strengths include, well, I think comic book movies, action adventure, new releases, and of course, Bad Boys 2. It's not necessarily a specific category, but at any point, Macuga will start reciting that movie.
It is not a wedge on the wheel. Don't worry, everybody at home.
All right, and for the Evil Geniuses, JTE, Little Evil himself, and the Professor, strengths include Oscars, new releases as well, comic book movies, Sylvester Stallone, not even movies, just Sylvester Stallone himself, and lecturing the masses.
That sounds really good. And Ken, it's about to get really loud here on the set, so I will just quietly remind everybody, hey, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Support the show if you have some bucks to give.
Yes, thank you, Mark. I much appreciate it.
Are you ready to go?
I think it's time.
Then it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
Ellis, you did the intro correct. Well done. Harloff is proud.
Singer of Foghat 87 to 89 will be introducing the competitors. Ken, without further ado.
Alrighty then, here we go. 3 rounds to a finish. Introducing first, with their record.
I can see Ken as a singer of Foghat.
And to defeat.
Somebody tell him I said that.
Representing beer gardens and dance floors everywhere. Accompanied to the arena by their manager, Ricky Haber. Josh, the Wild Mad Macuga, and Elliot, the Mountain Dewberry, the Wild Berry.
With a 12-pack of Coors Light.
Their manager, Ricky Haber.
Ricky there. They're getting it going. Wow.
That's right. Look at this.
Wow. Unbelievable.
There's seems to be some discrepancy as to what Josh
Ricky just-
Macuga is
Uh-oh.
drinking,
He's-
so I'm not
What
sure.
is he?
Oh,
Oh!
Ken, he is, I believe, going to attempt to use a beer funnel to chug some very cheap wine. Here we go.
Wow. He did it. He did it.
Goodness, it was not the whole.
Riley is proud of you.
Wow. Okay.
The Wild Berries are seated. Elliot with his customary case of Coors Light. Josh Macuga with his customary Roberto Clemente prom tuxedo.
Indeed. All right, indeed. Their opponents.
Ouch. Ouch.
Debut as a team, representing high class, the Professor Lon Harris. And
Masterpiece
the
Theater.
former team champion of the world.
Somebody feel free to correct me.
JTE, the Evil Geniuses.
Professor.
This. The Professor.
To a lot of booze, the Professor.
They don't seem to be. Oh, look at that.
JTE.
Look at that. He's been hitting the gym.
So gently out of the way.
The professor.
The professor.
They don't seem on the same. I'll tell you what. They don't seem to be on the same page.
No.
I don't know what he said there, but yeah, they're definitely not on the same page.
No.
This league's embrace of hooliganism truly shameful.
It's really shameful, of
Take the
course.
pipe out of your mouth. We can't hear you.
I find what's interesting is
I will not.
I guaranteed pre-show that I think that they would have a lot of chemistry. JT pushing Lon Harris out of the way to milk in the booze. It was a competition to see who could get food more with the Evil Geniuses. How is it going to factor into the match? You got to wonder about that. What you don't have to wonder about any longer are the rules in round number 1. It works like this. 8 questions are asked to the field. These questions come from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing available in round number 1. Keep in mind this is the team format, but you may not rely on your teammate to help you with the answers in round 1. This is an individual exercise. All points that you earn will be added to your team's total. However, I will remind each competitor and each team of your 3 team usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. Yes, it was named after JT because he used it to delay so he could think of a correct answer. You can also use it for its proper iteration if you didn't hear a question correctly. You guys can also each use 1 challenge per team anytime throughout the 3 rounds of the match. I will go to the Wildberries first. Are you ready to compete?
Fuck yeah.
Look, do it!
All right, and the Evil Geniuses?
They were writing throughout your entire presentation, Mr.
I know the rules.
Then let's get ready to
Schmoedown! 147 matches.
Something like that at this point.
Rounds to the finish.
Give the crowd what they want, Ken. Give them easy questions that these guys don't know.
All right, we will do our best, although I will warn Josh Macuga, the questions have already been written well before the taping of this episode.
We know.
Cool.
Skalisku's been working.
Skalisku. Ooh. Oh boy.
Question in the vein of action adventure. This is action adventure, and your question is: who directed 1996's Mission Impossible?
Not the best movie ever made, but good starting question.
Wow, I'm already exhausted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking for answers.
Brian De Palma.
Every time, this is Joe Carnahan?
No, sir.
All right.
Good action guess.
Brian De Palma.
That is correct.
Shoot.
Eliot Dewberry?
Nothing.
It was the great auteur Brian De Palma.
Alrighty, that's
Tour. Nah, not tour.
Hey, before this gets out of hand, you guys can go to tpublic.com. Pick up our T-shirts. Ricky's wearing them right now. They're fantastic. A poly blend of cotton and love. Right in there.
He's such a bright. Makes John and Deb Macuga so proud.
Thanks.
Second question comes in the category of movie release dates. Movie release dates.
Nobody likes this category.
Fuck you, Josh.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure was released in what year? It's an important year in my life.
Come on.
Josh Macuga,
More release dates questions,
very
please.
esteemed Honda salesman. Josh Macuga himself sells T-shirts.
That's right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. JTE.
1985.
1989.
Incorrect, sir.
Oh.
Elliot.
1985.
That is correct.
Whoa.
Lon Harris.
I said 1984.
Off by a year.
Ooh.
Macuga.
1989. But we got one.
They're on the board
Ah,
again,
Josh, come on.
All right. We move on to the world of dramas. Dramas, your next question.
Oh, this is wonderful.
What 2010 film follows a poor teen searching for her drug-dealing father amongst the criminal underbelly of the rural Ozarks community in order to keep her family intact?
Well, that just sounds depressing.
Yeah, that is going to be
Oh, shit. Oh, that's the one with J-Law. They made fun of it on SNL. Wayne and Garth.
3, 2, and 1 pens down.
Winter's Bone.
It's not Cold Mountain.
It's definitely.
How about Winter's Bone?
That is correct, sir. Macuga.
I put Ozark. It's
What, you just named part of the question. All right, JT.
Winter's Bones.
All right, they're up 4-2.
I really liked it.
Ken, it is now 4-1 Evil Geniuses. You gotta wonder if Lon Harris,
was
the
an
professor,
indie movie.
will penalize JT for not using.
It's a
any
drama.
That's right. Yeah, I like how Macuga's trying to make people think he just doesn't watch the Pirates series from 1991 over again. All right, fourth question comes in the category of 80s movies. 80s movies.
Pirates of Darkwater?
So movies in a decade when I was already 41. Which actor played Marty's father, George McFly, in Back to the Future? Back to the Future.
Even though everyone knows this actor's best role was in Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter.
Here now.
4 YouTube evidence. 3,
Ah!
2, 1. We go to Lon
Crispin Glover.
A fine actor, also director of some esteemed art films. It's Crispin Glover.
That is
All right.
correct. Josh Macuga, did you have it?
Yes, Crispin Isotoner Glover.
He got it right.
Dan
with
Marino,
it.
shout out, extra point. Extra. No, okay.
We cannot give extra
JT.
credit, but we do go to JT.
Crispin Glover.
All right, they take a 6-2 lead. Elliot.
Crispy Crispin Glover.
That's right. All right, they keep pace. They keep pace. The Wild
So
Berries
keeping
keep
pace. That's good.
All right, we move on to the world of fantasy science fiction. Fantasy sci-fi. Your question is...
That's JT's entire life.
Sigourney Weaver has played Ellen Ripley in how many Alien films?
Fuck it, I'm gonna brag about it.
Inspired by me going to Chipotle.
As is the mouth coming out of the other mouth.
Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking for answers, starting with Josh Macuga.
2.
Incorrect, sir.
Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, 4 of them.
Elliot. 4. We got it. Lon Harris.
Yay.
It is 4.
All right, look at that.
Okay.
I was gonna say 2 times
All
2
right.
is 4. I don't like movies with scary shit.
They're not that scary, Josh.
There was 2 good ones.
All right, all right.
But well done on knowing arithmetic.
Caveat to that. Never mind.
We can start a podcast later. All right. Question 6 comes in the category of comedies.
That's good.
Comedies. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane star together in what 1996 comedy?
I cannot wait to watch that clip over and over again of Josh Macuga inaccurately saying 2, but something correct.
I love this movie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking for answers, starting with JT.
Birdcage.
That is correct, sir.
Elliot, you have it?
Le Birdcage.
That's
La Cage aux Folles.
I was going to say the French version, but it's the Birdcage.
That's
That's
right.
what Alex Trebek would have done.
Look at that.
He got it.
All
The
right.
Birdcage.
All right.
Which
All
one is the
right.
mother?
Hearth
I just don't know.
Hold on.
JT has
JT
has a question.
Yes.
I once lost a point because I didn't write the thing.
Okay. Do you want to use a challenge, JTE?
What do you think, Lon?
You
I
make-
would.
You make the call.
I don't feel like we're gonna need our challenge.
I
so I'm
would.
gonna challenge it because the thing, the birdcage.
Okay.
Okay.
The challenge has been issued. We will be right back with our
Yeah,
results
I-
after consulting with the judges.
I don't think I'd take it. Because if... yeah, I personally wouldn't take it. So, you know what? Good call, JT.
All right, we are back, and after consulting with a number of judges up here at the answer desk, we have determined that
A lot of judges.
because there is not a movie called Birdcage, then we can accept Birdcage as the answer for the
What?
Birdcage. And the Wild Berries do get the point, and the Evil Geniuses lose their challenge for the rest of the match, Ken. That
I don't
could
like that,
factor in
actually.
As much as the Evil Geniuses don't want to admit it, as we now move on to your seventh question.
babies.
In round number 1 comes from the world of horror thriller. Josh, close your eyes.
Oh, God.
Who stars as Ross Jennings, a doctor with a strong fear of spiders, in 1990's Arachnophobia?
Watch this movie! Yes! Dun, 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 dun.
Snakes and
Spiders.
For the record.
Is that
Go
guy
to
okay?
5, 4,
RB3's
3,
proud.
What's up with you, Macuga?
1. Pens down. We go to Eliot Dewberry.
This movie is a big blind spot in my memory right now, so I put nothing.
He put nothing.
All
and
right.
thus no point.
Jeff
Lon Harris.
Daniels?
It is Jeff Daniels.
That is correct.
That's
11
right.
6. Macuga.
Yeah,
Daniels.
JTE.
Jeff Daniels.
All right.
Okay.
Jeff Daniels.
It's not L.
Surprised that
If you just wrote Jeff Daniels, we would have busted.
Jeff Daniels.
Listen, you got one.
All right.
It's like arachnophobia. It's fine.
Final question in this first round.
Mercifully ending it.
All right, here we go. The category is animated. Animated, like Macuga's wardrobe. 1978's Watership Down portrays the surprisingly violent world of what kind of animal as they try to find a new home?
Is that a real question or one that you just made up extemporaneously?
I thought I just had a fever.
The streak continues.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking for answers. Pens down.
Rabbits.
Pens down. Look for answers with Lon Harris.
I believe they are rabbits.
That is correct.
Well done, sir.
Josh Macuga.
I wanted to write seals, but then I wrote whales, but it kind of looks like whores.
A lot of wet whores running around.
Hey, JTE.
That'd be rabbits.
He got it.
Wow. Elliot,
Mark.
Are you sure it wasn't hamsters?
we will look again,
of all,
but
G-force.
Some long-eared hamsters.
rabbits and
First of all,
Ken, the evil
are rabbits on
geniuses
waterships?
have managed to double the score of the Wild Berries in round one. But make no mistake, the home viewer, the Wild Berries are not out of this match. Other teams
Oh, no,
might
no,
be
no.
when
They
confronted
could turn
with
this
the
around real
knowledge
quick.
that JT and Lon, respectively,
They would need a Bad
Wild
Boys
Berries
2
have been up
wheel
against the
slicing the
Wild many
wheel.
times. They always seem to fight back. Will they do the same as we head into round number 2?
It's tough to say because we're taping this now at 7 p.m. Macuga's been drinking since 10 a.m. Sometimes you have to wonder how he does in the second round.
We just don't know if that alcohol helps or hurts, but we're about to find out, and so is the wheel, because we are here for round number 2. This is
I believe
where
it.
Teammates can consult with one another on each and every question asked. They're going to hear a series of questions that correspond to some sort of movie trivia category. That category is determined by the Wheel of Fate/Justice, perhaps Doom. You get 10 categories on there, as well as the fan favorite spinner's choice and the every teammate dreads opponent's choice. Each question in round number 2 is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice, at which point we will give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. I'm sure the professor is very familiar with the multiple choice format given his years of teaching students. And we are also going to remind you challenging is available for one team and stealing is available for both teams, because the evil geniuses enjoy a 14-7 advantage over their drunken berries counterparts. You guys can either spin first or defer to the berries.
We'll be going first.
Okay.
JT, it looks
The
like he's got a
drunken
plane
berries.
to catch, man, or he's driving someone to a bus station. I don't know.
That's
what's going on.
Tom.
I mean, look
Don't
at
spin by the peg.
Look at that spin.
Tom Brady.
Don't
He had
spin
a
it by the
weird
peg.
It was like
TB12.
It was like
You don't spin it by the peg.
Bowl when he does the flip
A
thing.
little
That's what he did
kickback
there.
and then a little
Yeah.
wrist spin.
JT
and,
really fills out that jersey well, doesn't he?
Cody Hall once bowled a 320 game.
Cody Hall has
They
managed
gave-
to
Yes.
break
No.
many bowling leagues ultimate
New
records.
releases.
What do they think?
JT's not even
Yeah, no, that's.
consulting with Lon.
No, I'm talking to him right now. Hold on.
Okay. I thought he was walking
Is this
back
legal?
there. I
Ricky,
don't
challenge
know.
this
These
conversation.
favorites consort with one another.
We're going to need a decision here.
They're
They're going to
spinning
spin again. They're going to spin again.
Sorry for yelling into the mic, Colin.
Okay.
Parent-teacher conference.
Parent-teacher
New
conference,
releases.
indeed.
They could be, blockbusters. They
Yeah.
could be small indie releases. It
Yep.
really is a mixed bag of films that have recently appeared.
Yeah,
here
but I
in the United
mean,
States
you
or
know,
indeed
it's
around
not
the
that hard
JT
of a
wearing
category,
the
actually.
Tom Brady dad bod jersey.
Customary Adidas hat backwards.
That's right.
Looking like it is coming close.
Is it going to be a
Oh,
choice, Ken?
oh.
Wow.
They just did get 80s movies.
Satisfactory.
And Ken, before you get to your 6
Shit.
questions in the world of 80s movies, I'll remind everybody out there that there is a sponsored slice out here on this wheel, and it is from sports. It is sports. So, had JT spun sports, or if the Wild Berries do spin sports and they decide to keep it, we will announce that patron.
All right, here you go.
Aw.
6 questions coming in the category of 80s movies. 80s movies. They seem pretty confident. Let's go with question number 1. In Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, what is the name of Bill and Ted's?
Come on, Wild Stallions.
Oh, God on. We'd be Wild Stallions.
That is correct for 2 points there. 2 points.
Yeah, G-Kid, spell it.
Wild.
All right. Second question out of 6. Who portrays Dalton's love interest, Dr. Clay, in Roadhouse?
Oh, shit. She was in, like, everything. No. They go multiple choice. I'll know it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Need an
Multiple
answer.
choice.
Oh.
I can't remember her last name.
All right. It is A, Kelly Lynch. B, Lori Petty.
Kelly Lynch.
C,
A, Kelly Lynch.
Kelly Lynch, yeah.
That's correct for a point. Right, for a point.
I don't know if I would have allowed that.
Countdown, be aware of
This
that.
kid calls himself a Swayze fan.
I cannot remember her last name.
All right. It's,
She's a doctor. For
JT wants to get that shirt.
Yes.
All right. Third question out of 6. Third question out of 6. Who directed The Big Chill?
Come on. Come on.
It's Lawrence Kasdan.
That is right. 2 more
Well done.
points.
Not a bad screenwriter right here. Either. He started to work on some scripts.
We could really go for a Tanya Harding right about now, everybody. That means take him out at the knees.
The key to that is to not announce it in advance publicly.
Well,
All right. All right. Fourth question. In History of the World, Part 1, who plays a slave by the name of Josephus?
I believe it is Gregory Hines.
That is correct.
Oh.
That's how I said it.
The Evil Geniuses have tap danced their way to a 21-7 advantage,
Ouch.
and they still have a question remaining.
I'd like to really gauge the room right now in disappointment that the Wild Berries are getting gypped. And I know it. I can see it's a fix.
All right. All right.
Your point has been duly noted.
Fifth question.
We fixed it by knowing a lot more about movies. It's totally unfair.
Yeah. Nobody
Who
knows anything
plays
about rabbits.
Robert Carradine's best friend Lewis in 1984's Revenge
Anthony
of the Nerds? Revenge of the Nerds.
Edwards.
Well, they're debating there.
Multiple choice. I'm not 100% sure it was last.
A, Robert Downey Jr. B, Anthony Edwards. C, Eric Stoltz. D, Jeremy Piven.
B.
All right, that is correct for a point. Anthony Edwards.
All right, last question in round 2 for the
Hey, I
Evil
knew that one.
Geniuses.
So you
Can
guys
they
are
can
aware,
pile on
nobody's clapping
even
for you.
further and really put the Wild
aware.
Berries
I'm
at a
aware.
We're aware,
disadvantage.
you guys.
Here we go. Here
Oh
we go.
boy.
This actress played the party girl Jules Van Patten in 1985's St. Elmo's Fire.
Demi Moore.
We're going to go ahead and say Demi Moore.
That's correct for 2 more points.
Jesus.
1,
Wow.
4-7.
Evil Geniuses,
lead.
like St. Elmo's Fire, soaring higher and higher, and now it is all up to the Wild Berries. I don't think they like that reference.
They don't
Ken.
like it.
I enjoyed it as
I don't
some
either.
members of my family. Now we go to the Wild Berries, who may be knee-deep in a case of Coors Light. Now they need to give that wheel its best spin that they've ever given it because they find themselves in quite a pickle.
No.
Whoa, look at that spin.
That is a beefy spin.
Yeah. Spins away. Spins away.
Elliot Dewberry.
The spin is in.
Spin is
Come
away.
on.
Is he
If this lands on
praying to the
opponent's
wheel?
choice, JTE sold his soul to the devil for the chance at championships of every legend of the Schmoedown. It's not fair, and I don't like him.
Of praying and masturbating with
Yeah.
that
Oh,
hand
for
gesture.
fart's sake.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, it's not. Ken, it is thrillers. And Josh Macuga may want to stay away from that category. Can he
Do
talk
you
his
know it?
teammate into spinning again?
They're going to spin again. Ricky
spin
says,
again.
give him a spin again.
Taking a different approach that
Gentle
time.
spin, gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle spin,
More of a praying
gentle spin,
mantis.
gentle spin, gentle spin, gentle spin,
Come on.
gentle spin.
Come on, let's see that sports.
Come on, Will Smith.
It's not going to be opponent's choice. I don't have to worry about that, but it could be Kevin Smith movies.
Kevin Smith? Okay.
Movie.
Okay.
Smith films.
All right.
All right, and here we go for
In the Kevin Smith movie,
the
Donnie
Wild
went to
Berries.
prison.
If
I
I can
know.
ask you for the entertainment value, how confident do you feel in your Kevin Smith movie spin?
on a scale of 1 to 10, I got 4.
Yeah. 4.5.
All right.
4 or 5.
You're going to need a lot more than 4.5 points if you want to make it into round 3.
Hey, thanks, Mom. Appreciate you.
You get 6 questions in round number 1, young man. Your first one. Who was Bruce Willis's co-lead in the Kevin Smith-directed action comedy
Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
That's correct for 2 points. Look at that. Macuga. Hopping in there.
2 points.
All right, your next question.
Come on.
In the world of Kevin Smith movies, who played Dante Hicks in the film Clerks?
Oh. They don't know it.
Yeah, that's the question.
Multiple choice.
I feel like I was
Multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple choice.
We can provide that. Is it A, Brian O'Halloran, B, Scott Mosier, C, Jason Mewes, or D, Jeff Anderson?
It's either Brian or Scott. I'm going to say Scott.
O'Halloran?
1 point for the
Oh,
Wildberries.
okay.
They are negotiating their way around the Kevin Smith wheel. I'll remind everybody at home they need 4 more points to ensure themselves of getting into round 3 unless the Evil Geniuses can foster a steal. Your next question. Michael Rooker stars as an evil father in which Kevin Smith film?
That would be Mallrats.
That's
correct.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
They're almost safe. Almost safe.
Your next question
This
for
be the
Kevin Smith
fourth
films.
one.
In the 1999 film Dogma, what kind of creature was Salma Hayek's serendipity?
I don't remember. God, I love this movie. I don't remember.
I can provide that. Is it A, angel, B, muse, C, seraphim, or D, Golgothan?
I'm going to go with Golgothan.
That is incorrect for the Steel Evil Geniuses.
That'd be Muse.
That is correct.
Got it there.
Oh, who does she embody? I thought you saw, like, summon.
And it is now 13 points.
The monster that comes out of the poop.
That is the Golgothan shit demon, but that, yeah.
I believe that is the Golgothan shit demon, but that is not Salma Hayek's.
I would challenge that then.
She was the muse. Your next question?
5th one.
What is the name of the store in Clerks?
Oh, for fart's sake.
All right. Not confident there.
I mean,
Guys,
there.
Go to
Mini Mart?
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Movies, B, Quick Stop, C, Speedway, or D, One Stop?
One?
It is Quick Stop for 1 point.
Yeah.
All right.
We can't win.
So
we can't win.
And
This is some horse manure.
Ken, it might come down to this, because if they miss this question, or even only able to get 1 point out of it, they're not going to make it to round 3. Let's
In Clerks 2.
We're here all season, guys. All season.
All right.
Don't you worry about it. Those T-shirts don't not go on sale ever.
All right.
That was a double negative.
I'm not so sure about that. Here's your last question in
Oh,
round
boy.
number 2 to go to round 3. Who played Miri in Zack and Miri Make a Porno?
That would be Elizabeth Banks.
Wow.
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 We are going to round number 3.
We're going to round 3.
The Wildberries are
unthinkable.
very excited about that. Ken and I
They're not
talked
going
first
to
about
win.
this
A, they
development
can't
here
win.
on the desk.
B,
We will be the
they're
professionals
probably
who
going to
we
get
aspire
TKO'd,
to
but
be
hey.
and announce round number
You're
3.
stuck with us for one more round, Mark.
Round number 3.
How about you quit being a jerk about things and like us as people?
I like Ben Macuga
Shut up,
as a
Sturgeon.
person.
Yeah.
Your questions will come from you in a manner of speaking. We need 3 numbers that range from 1 to 20 that you as teammates can determine which ones they are. They
Okay.
all correspond to a different movie trivia category up here. Your first question is worth 2 points, your next one 3 points, and your last one worth 5
Jesus.
points. I will point out to the Wildberries, they need to get each and every question correct in round 3 to continue it and force the hand of the Evil Geniuses. Otherwise, Ken, we will be in a technical knockout situation.
Right.
However, we get the Evil Geniuses numbers first from 1 to 20. Which ones would you prefer?
JT, it's tough to count
we'll
above
go-
12, but
we'll go
good luck.
7, 11, and 19.
I just heard 7-Eleven. Is there something
Yeah,
else? after
yes,
that?
they said 19.
That was for you, Ken.
All
That
right.
was for
They
you.
did
for a
not
snack,
say
hashtag
big
it.
bite afterwards.
Meat
You
for a
drug
snack.
tested that pipe
Meat for a snack.
for PEDs.
All right.
And now we go to
7-Eleven,
the
19.
Wild.
LEDs.
Icarus situation
All
over
he
here.
was a
Wildberries.
PhD.
Wildberries, we need your numbers.
3,
6.
9.
Look at that.
Multiples.
Whoa, wow.
I love the look on Josh Macuga's face where all he was thinking is don't say 7-11 or 19.
Yep.
He did it correctly, and I'm proud of my friend.
Yep.
All right.
Ken Knapsack will be administering the questions.
Power your
to
friend that tried to kill you.
Wildberries. So without further ado, your 2-point question.
Good.
comes
I want
from
to talk
what
to Ken.
category,
I'm tired of Mark.
Alrighty. You chose
Thanks
the
for the
number
course.
3,
3.
which is Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington. All right.
Which
Yeah, I'll take
competitor
it.
is
He's going to take it.
Elliot is going to take this.
Shit.
for Elliot and
To get it.
Elliot
This is
only.
over.
No, you do it.
Okay, so we're changing real quick. Can we do that?
As long as we've not read the question, you
Yep.
may change.
All right.
Okay.
Macuga's going to take
Macuga's
it.
going to take it.
Challenge.
All right.
Shut up.
All right.
Love you, Lon. You're a great guy.
2-point question.
Oh,
in
God.
Denzel Washington.
This can't end
Name
well.
2 films that have starred Denzel Washington and have been directed by Spike Lee.
Oh,
He
are
got
you
game.
kidding?
Mobile Blues.
No.
And we'll give him
I
20 seconds.
Oh no!
Switcheroo.
I've never even seen a Spike Lee movie.
All right, Josh.
Macuga, he has the extra 5-second advantage here.
He got game.
So,
4. Okay.
Go to 5, 4, 3.
Can I get repeat the question?
All right, one
Smart.
JT rule down there. Name 2 films that have starred Denzel Washington and have been directed by Spike Lee.
Down to 15 seconds.
I'm telling you, I don't know Spike Lee movies that well. I really don't.
5, 4, 3, 2.
No conferring.
1.
Repeat the question.
All right, he got it in there. One left. Name 2 films that have starred Denzel Washington and have been directed by Spike Lee.
All right.
Malcolm
Got
X.
game and do the right thing.
And Joe and Malcolm X. He got game with one of them. Go by the blues, Malcolm X.
That's what we were looking for, and the Wildberries have fallen to the mighty brain power of the evil geniuses. The Wildberries, an entertaining match as always. We kid them, but we love their entertaining presence here on the desk, and they got some correct answers, just not enough to compete with what I think could be a new superpower here emerging in Anarchy, Ken.
Absolutely. Victory by TKO,
Yeah.
which means I can get to my reservation at Jersey Mike's Subs. It's going to be a good Friday night for me.
Do not
but
need a
I'll tell you what,
reservation there. You do not need a reservation there. We move to Jen Sturger, who has an interview with both the winner and the loser. Take it away, Jen.
Josh, Elliot, Wildberries.
Sad berries.
You know what? Just take it away, guys.
We're just destroyed berries. This was going to be our tournament.
The baby geniuses are men geniuses. I'll give them that. This was a setup. This was a setup by the Schmoedown Industrial Complex to take down
Ricky,
the one asset they had that wasn't part of the swamp.
Here's the thing. They spun 80s. These questions, they were so easy. Even I was on the sideline saying, I know those. This was handed to the other team. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because nobody gets the cheers that you guys get. Nobody has the fan base that you guys have. Nobody is selling beautiful t-shirts like this on TeePublic like you guys do. We have a lot to look forward to this year from the Wildberries, so don't go anywhere, because they're coming back with a vengeance.
This season has only just begun. People, if you write us up,
Oh my God.
you will have your own words served to you on a plate with the meat of a crow.
Elliot, you're out of the tournament.
Can you
Shit.
just buy our shirts
that's it
at
then.
just buy our shirts at Team Wow, man.
Well, this ain't the last you see of the Wildberries, all right?
Well, that was a shit show. We're back with your winners, Evil Geniuses, Lon, JTE. That was a really impressive performance, considering that was the first time you guys have ever teamed up. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, obviously, I think we feel very good. I think we feel like we're doing what we set out to do, which is to educate the league and to sort of raise up some of these other competitors.
Yeah, you know, going into this, Villanowski, he's straight vanilla, what I always call him. He tried doing this to corrupt people and make, you know what corruption means. I don't have a great grasp on it. But basically...
The state or art of being corrupt.
There you go. So basically he was trying to like make these teams to make him available to get to the belt. I think he might have created maybe another championship run here. I really feel like we have a chance to go to the top. You know,
They do.
I went to summer school every year, and I did okay. But maybe there is something to this whole studying and writing and spelling and stuff.
I mean, despite his questionable appearance, Joshua definitely does seem to have a master on some of the basic elements of film history.
Do you guys think you are that good, or were the Wildberries just that
Nobody
Wildberries?
calls him Josh.
A little bit of column A, a little column B. They're not great, but Macuga, like I said, he could really step up sometimes, but he did kind of fail in that last one there.
I feel like if Mr. Macuga and Mr. Berry had maybe done a little bit more of their coursework, maybe gotten 8 hours of sleep the night before, maybe drank a little bit of water to stay hydrated, they might have performed a little bit better on the day of the exam.
Okay, so now you've competed with both Lon and Snyder. I gotta ask, sorry to make this weird for you, who do you prefer?
I prefer the person who's not going to walk out on me. So I'm going to go ahead here with the professor. Listen, Snyder turned his back against me and Tom. And Tom is a genius, much like you, but in a totally different way. So, yeah, I definitely I feel like we got a chance to win the title here. Maybe hold it for more than a year and a half.
Well, congratulations again, guys. Look forward to seeing what you do in the tournament.
Thank you, Jen.
Well, you see that there, Ken. I mean, obviously the Wild Berries want everybody to know out there they can check out TeePublic and get one of their T-shirts. Thank you for that. We haven't seen the last of the Wild Berries. I don't think they're ever going to go away, much as we try to call the Orkin Man every 6 months. And as far as the Evil Geniuses go, you look at the Professor, you look at JT, Little Evil, maybe not the most natural team-up I've ever seen, but that's not what Anarchy's all about, and they're proving it so far in the tournament.
Kind of an Oscar Felix type of vibe to this team. We'll see where that takes them there. The Wild Berries,
Speaking
they're a crowd
of,
favorite.
You gotta love them. You do have to love them.
They are at times a sideshow. At times they are a titan of the game. You know, Josh Macuga's luck, sometimes it takes him into the victory circle. It didn't there today.
Yeah, you got to wonder how much we could have extended this match if Eliot had taken the Denzel Washington question. That was originally Josh said to won it last second, and didn't work out for them this time. And that is Ken Knapsack. Follow him on Twitter at Ken Knapsack. I am merely at Mark Ellis Live. And you guys can check out the Schmoedown Rundown as well as the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you real soon around these parts here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. You don't need a reservation for Jersey Mike.
Okay. Well, so a couple interesting things I feel like I need to point out. First one being, yes, sadly, I am aware about the news of what happened with JTE. But Lon Harris, I'm glad that you're still in the tournament. And best of luck to both yourself and your brother, John Harris, as you guys will now go on to face Drew and Brienne. And just a heads up, though, you both will need to bring your A game. Like, you're going to need to bring 110% because you're going up against the team that just tied the old record and would have broken said record back in Spectacular last year. But goddamn, remember the Titans. Anyway, that was a great match. I do have to say, I think with the Wild Berries, they need to start sort of refining their process of what kind of categories they're going to go for in round 2. And maybe watch how they're spinning the wheel a little better, which granted, you still have no control over where it actually lands, but you can, quote-unquote, manipulate it with the right amount of force. If you're able to, think 3 steps ahead and sort of calculate ahead of time where you want that wheel to go, there is a way around it. And yes, no, I'm sorry, Josh, but Eliot really should have taken that Denzel question, because then you guys would have had a fighting chance. But it is what it is, and this was still a fun match. I'm glad I enjoyed. I'm still glad. Obviously, of course, I'm glad I did this reaction because I love doing these reactions. But now we're here for what for me is going to be the most fun matchup, and one of the most fun of this round of the tournament, because now we are in round 2. Round 1's done. Now it's the quarterfinals. This is what I signed up for. This is what I'm ready for. And holy shit, this one's a doozy. Paddington 2, Alonzo Duralde, and Matt Atchity, who, oh my god. I could see these two being a team after the tournament. I genuinely could. Up against the odd couple, Snyder and Draco. And to be honest, if they lose today, I want them to stay a team too, because, well, they're good. Like, all 4 of these guys are freaking good. Like, they're all title worthy. The only odd factor here, though, is arguably Alonzo, just because he's only had the free-for-all as well as his one-team match in What the Flick and the last match Paddington 2 did, which was a great showing, but it ended quickly. So I want to see what happens when we actually go into round 3. I got the feeling this one's going to go to probably a 5-pointer. So all I know is that I'm ready, and Let's see if we can get that to 16, boys and girls. Let's make it happen. We're going to click play on the second part in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have 16 teams this year in the team tournament, the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament 2018. The theme is Anarchy.
So all these teams that are coming around, they're all aiming for one thing, a shot at the Schmoedown Spectacular against our current champions, the Shire Wolves. First of all, you have Alonzo Duralde and Matt Atchity, who are the Paddington.
The Kahuna.
Now, they've worked together before on What the Flick. They are both experienced players. And your winners, by way of technical knockout, the Paddington.
Obviously, you're going to wait and see who you're playing next. It's either going to be Manson Gerber or Snyder and Andraco.
I think Manson Gerber, that'll be a better match. In Snyder and Draco, Snyder, that's an empty chair.
The In-Snyder, Jeff Snyder. Mark and Draco.
I'm glad that he was happy
I think
to
Jeff
get him as his
finally
partner.
woke up from that long nap he's had since Collision.
Snyder and Andraco were in the Lion's Den together for about a year. And then you had that Emma Fyfe stole Andraco away at last year's Spectacular. How are they going to interact? Because Snyder's no longer with the Lions Den. He's off on his own.
Now, getting them on the same page has been a little bit of a job for me, but I think we're doing well. We've got a mutual respect, right, boys?
Sure. Yes.
And your winners, by way of
Regina George, played by Draco McCann.
Draco and I are not looking past the task at hand, which is taking down Atchity and Duralde. I think that they're a good team. I just think we're a better one.
They very well could be. It's all going to depend on how this match goes. But this way, if Paddington 2 have a rough first round, then Odd Couple probably has it. But if Paddington 2 can keep up with the Odd Couple, this might be a fight. So we'll just have to see. Because currently Duralde has not been in a round 3 environment in any of the matches he's competed in. At least not a successful one, at least when he's on the bottom, like on the end trying to make points in round 3. So we'll find out. There they are. There's that fucking hat.
And it continues here on Christian Harlow. I am Mark Ellis and Christian. We have a bear playing against Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. What a matchup it's going to be here today.
This is going to be an incredible round.
That's good.
Incredible match
I like that.
Because, look, round 1 was a lot of fun, but now we are in the elite of the elite.
Get serious.
We really are. The Paddington 2 of Alonzo Duralde, who's already proven himself to be a rising superstar in the league, and then you got the old pro and Matt Atchity, who still doesn't know the rules of round 3.
No, he does not. Does not watch a single match he's not in.
No, he has no idea. But then you have the vets. That's right, the former team champion, Jeff Snyder.
The most important man you'll ever follow on Twitter.
Don't forget his phone calls.
Ever.
And then you have, right next to him, is Mark Andraco, who was a second away from being the champion, who just lost narrowly, losing to our now champion William Bibiani, managed by Roxy Stryer. This is a pick'em. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, I know. This is what I like when you have a lot of strengths on the wheel. When we do the tail of the tape, I'm going to have to tell you to shut up because there's so many strengths that you could mention for each one of these teams. They've been here before. For the most part, it's all going to come down, in my opinion, to round 2. Is there going to be an opponent choice? Is there going to be a spinner's choice? That could determine the outcome of said match.
I think it's going to come down to gameplay. I think it's going to come down to, in regards to, because all 4 of these guys know movie trivia. It's a matter of Snyder and Andraco are vets of the Schmoedown itself. If the Paddington 2 can actually do that, if they can play the game, then I think they have a chance. If not, it's going to be a tough fight.
And you also think about chemistry here, because you can see anybody win one game if you're thrown into a tournament together and you don't know your teammate that well. Now it's really who plays off each other's strengths and weaknesses better. That's going to determine the outcome of this match.
Well, there is a lot of talk between both teams. Here we go.
This will be good.
Hey guys, we're back and I've got to tell you, I'm really confident that I've got the next team champions here. I don't know what they're doing outside of this place. I don't know what they're tweeting about. But when they get in and under the lights, they kill it together. They're the odd couple that just happens to work.
Very excited. We are in our second round. Yeah. We got a couple of pros that we're up against. You know, Andreyko, he's solid.
Totally knows his stuff.
Right. This other guy, he's been calling me. I haven't been picking up the phone.
I see his name on the sheet. I kind of skip right over it because
somebody that, you know, when we roll calls, like, oh, that one.
Yeah, just go to voicemail.
Jeff and I have history back in the days of Blofeld's Cat and the Lion's Den. But it's undeniable that he's a great player, and I think we complement each other very well. And lots of times you work with people you don't like, but you do your job and you do it well.
My first experience was not great. I kind of felt like we got screwed with a category that was designed to just kill us.
Yes, you did, my friend.
Courtesy of him.
I am responsible for that, but now we know how to do that to somebody else.
Exactly. We've let bygones be bygones. And, yeah, I'm totally ready to turn that opponent choice wedge on another team. And if it's today, so much the better.
Remember, he who lives by the wheel
dies by the wheel.
Andreyko and Roxy here, they're just being polite. Okay, the last time me and this guy got together, we TKO'd the competition, and we're going to do it again today.
It would be awesome to knock Snyder out. I was so close, and, you know, maybe I stuck to character a little bit more than I should have.
Yes, you did.
Gray and I had a little bit too much vodka as Boris and Natasha.
You did.
I am stone cold sober this time, and
you did.
You know,
and thank you.
Snyder better watch his ass.
Atchity is a really smart guy who has no idea how to play this game, and I've got two smart guys who know exactly how to play this game, and that's why they're going down, because they study this stuff. They don't just roll in there and think that they know what's up. They know how to play, and so they're going to do it well.
You know what you get when you come across and go up against the Paddington 2? The hard stare.
By the end of this match, you're going to be returning my calls.
Ah, I like that. There's a little callback to Boris
What I like
and
there is
Natasha.
Roxy Streyer's confidence. I mean, I can tell you already from just hosting Collider Live with Roxy Streyer.
I've seen the program. Big fan.
Do you
it's
like
an honor
it?
to do the show with you here today.
We should have you on sometime.
Sign my boobs.
And then we have Roxy. She's just a firecracker. She says it how it is. And she did that in the
What the fuck, Mark?
She's already calling him the next champion.
What the fuck?
Snyder and Andreyko, they might not be the same types of characters. Of course, they had their falling out in the Lion's Den, but they seem to be on the same page when it comes to this team. Then you got the Paddington 2, where Alonzo and Matt, they've known each other for a long time. They're laughing about it. They're taking some shots at Snyder, which is fair game. And they're ready. They're absolutely ready to continue on because Alonzo has caught the bug. I think that Alonzo, in his first match, wasn't really happy with the way it went down. I saw him again. He said, I want another shot at this thing. He won, and now you can see that he reminds me of the way McWeeny was when McWeeny started playing. And I think Alonzo, this is a big prediction, I think Alonzo is as good as McWeeny, and I think Alonzo could be a really strong competitor in this.
And strong words from you. Will the odd couple be able to pay the rent?
Claim.
Will the Paddington 2 reach their bear paw into a jar? Is that going to be marmalade or a big pile of bear shit? Christian, give us the tail of the tape.
The tail of the tape. The Paddington 2 holiday movie.
They love them. They write books about them.
Absolutely. They also have 80s movies and just making fun of Snyder. That's literally all it says.
I was going to say being adorable. Have you seen that bear? Yeah. God, he's cute.
And then you have the odd couple of Snyder and Andreyko. Fincher movies. They also have musicals. Whether or not it's going to be on the wheel, who the hell knows.
And porn.
And getting people to call them back.
Ah, I read that wrong.
All right, so with that, I'm ready to go. And how about yourself?
Does Frank Janish have a beard? You're damn right I'm ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Good crowd here today. They're hyped up, partner.
I would be too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Neil is in studio.
Introducing first, with a record of 1 win, no defeats, and 1 knockout, Alonzo Duralde, actually the Paddington 2.
Don't even know who this is. Don't care. It's good.
They like the Christmas hats,
holiday theme. Actually, jumping around, dancing, Alonzo, all game space. They're having some fun fun, but they're also focused. Good combination of entertainment and focus.
Fun fact, this is the first time Matt actually has been sober for a match.
Is that true?
Yes, I believe it is. All right.
Like a holiday Jimmy Buffett.
And their opponents, led to the ring by their manager, Roxy Stryer, with a record of 1 win, no defeats, and 1 knockout. The android, Mark Andreyko, and the former movie trivia Schmoedown team champion, Jeff Snyder, the odd couple.
Wow,
Such a character.
practicing a dance.
He is, and he's doing a dance. He loves.
Look at all the 80s nostalgia on display. With
Oh
Jeff
my
Snyder.
God.
Look at Snyder staring down Alonzo. Alonzo not even paying attention.
With Roxy making sure that her competitors get to the ring.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
she's
nice.
giving them some
Oh.
last words of wisdom slash affection. Boy, what a
Oh,
panel we have here today.
cute.
Yeah. All right. So
It's very
as
cute.
we have our teams sit down. Mark, how does round number 1 work?
Okay.
In round number 1, each team is going to hear 8 questions. These are 8 questions each.
On the
question
bracket,
comes from a
on my bracket, I
different
do
part
actually
of the
have the odd
trivia
couple, but
galaxy. Now, this is a team match.
my bracket's already
Round
dead.
1, it's all about the knowledge you yourself possess. You may not rely on your teammate for the answer. Each answer is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round 1. As soon as we ask each question up here at the answer desk, you're going to have about 15 seconds. In that time, we need you to write down your best attempt at an answer. When we ask you by name to reveal your attempt, please show what you wrote down on the whiteboard to the camera provided, or verbalize it in the microphone, or better yet, do both. I'll remind each team of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the match. If you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you need to repeat it, or you just need to buy yourself some time, use a JTE rule, and each team has 1 challenge to use throughout the duration of the 3-round match.
All right. Now that the rules have been read, I will ask the odd couple. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. The Paddington 2, are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Then let's get
Ready to Schmoedown.
Round number
Here
1.
we go.
Question number 1. Here we go, guys, in the category of horror/thriller. Yeah. Who plays famed novelist Paul Sheldon in 1990's Misery?
I love this movie.
Say yes, or allow like your
Although it's every celebrity's worst nightmare.
4, 3, 2, 1. Matt Ashley.
James Caan.
Caan.
Correct. Mark.
James Caan, who replaced Warren Beatty.
Oh, Alonzo.
Jimmy Caan.
Yep. And
I actually didn't know that.
James Caan.
Tied up. There we go.
All right. Your next question comes from the world of action-adventure movies. And your question is, Speed opens with Jack Traven and Harry Temple trying to save civilians from where after a bomb goes off?
Oh.
Oh, boy. I walk into the studio. Dad Williams walking out, throwing away a bag of Chipotle. What's going on?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Mr. Andreyko.
An elevator shaft.
Correct. Alonzo.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Incorrect. Snyder.
Going up, elevator.
Yes, and actually.
An elevator.
Got it. Okay, so there we go. 4-3. Yes.
Is that elevator in Nakatomi Plaza?
No. Do you quiet? Do you want to challenge it? Snyder, quiet. Do you want to challenge it?
No, it's not. No, let's not.
Why are you helping out your opponents? I don't understand.
I love
because I want to. Because I'm a friendly, nice guy.
All right. The biggest laugh of the day. All right. Question 3 is
okay.
Dramas. Who plays Gene Kranz, the head of Mission Control in 1995's Apollo 13?
Yes.
I've seen another space movie recently. I think you're really going to enjoy.
What's a Space Jam?
No. I saw an
5,
early cut of Space Jam
4,
2 at the Toronto
3.
Film Festival.
Hold it to the next question. 2, 1. Pens down, please.
Ed Harris.
And Alonzo.
Ed Harris?
You are correct. Snyder.
Yeah.
Edward Ed Harris.
Yes. Actually?
Ed Harris and his new vest.
Yes.
Yes.
And Mark.
Ed Harris.
And the odd couple still.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's clean up the penmanship, Andreyko. That was barely legible.
All right, here we go.
Hey, that was fine.
Next
That was
question
fine.
comes from the world of animated movies. These are movies that are drawn by hand or on a computer, probably. Your question is, Christopher McDonald provides the voice of Kent Mansley, a paranoid government agent in what 90s animated classic?
Come on. If nobody gets this, like, I know you all hate animated films, but come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Good time. 2.
Somebody get it.
1. Pens down. And
The Iron Giant.
Snyder.
Chicken Little.
Incorrect. Atchity.
I had nothing. I have no idea.
And Draco.
Iron Giant.
Correct. Alonzo.
Lilo and Stitch.
Wow, okay, so only Andrego gets it, but Andrego is the only person to be perfect here, so he's playing with a perfect round.
It's really bad handwriting. Are you all writing in wingdings? Let's try for Times New Roman.
Next question.
Zap Dinkfats.
Next question is from Fantasy Sci-Fi.
They're writing fine. What's wrong with their
In
handwriting?
1985's Legend, according to the law of the forest, it is a sin for a human to touch which creature? I like this movie.
I've never seen it, but I like that the forest has laws. Yeah. I bet they say it really regal, like, you're violating the law of the forest.
4, 3, 2, 1, pens down.
It's a unicorn.
Unicorn.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was going to say a declared suppressive, but a unicorn.
That's correct. And Alonso?
Unicorn.
Yep. Snyder.
Goat.
Ooh, Snyder misses. And within 1 point. With 1 point, the sacred...
You're confusing that with what happened to you in high school.
The sacred goat of the forest.
boy.
All right, here we go. Next question. Mark Andrei. Here we go. Next question.
All right, I'll remind the audience, if you shut up, we are turning the car around and nobody gets ice cream.
Mark, that's your
These
teammate.
comedies is up next. These are comedies, funny movies. In 1994's Muriel's Wedding, Toni Collette plays a socially awkward Australian who is obsessed with what 70s pop band? What 70s band? Obsessed with.
Ah, fuck it.
Already done for the most part. That's good.
5.
I guess. I don't know. It's probably not right.
Down. 2, 1. Pens down, and we have.
Abba?
This one was for the gays in the audience.
ABBA.
Correct. That Andrei.
Hey!
ABBA song.
Yes, and Snyder.
There was something in the air that night. ABBA.
Yeah. ABBA all around the horn. So 1 point.
Wow.
But Mark Andrejko still perfect here after our 6
Four dancing queens on the stage.
All right, here we go, guys.
I know this film exists, but I haven't seen it yet, so.
Who stars as the unnamed cocaine dealer who faces a tough assignment on the eve of his early retirement in 2004's Layer Cake?
What is the name of your coke dealer?
Mark Ellis.
The guy knows where his bread is buttered. Am I right, kid?
He plays baseball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Alon.
Daniel Craig.
Jason Statham?
It's incorrect. Snyder.
007 Daniel Craig.
Correct.
If I knew Daniel Craig's name, I'd be smarter than him.
And Mark. Oh, I missed it. Okay, so 11-10 still keeping that 1 point. And Drago doesn't go perfect, but they are still up by 1 point. Final question here.
Your last category in round 1 comes from the
Holy
world
shit.
of the Patreon. This question is provided
Come on.
by
Okay.
Jonathan Peck.
Hey, Jonathan Peck.
Thank you for your supportage of the Patreon. You guys
Congratulations, man.
Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe
And
we'll
thank
say
you,
your name while
Jonathan.
reading a question one day down the road. Jonathan Peck, his category is war movies. And his
What
question
is it good
Which
for?
famous singer played the soldier Alex in the movie Dunkirk?
I like that.
Hey, for 16 questions, I knew 14 of them and guessed
5,
on 2 of them.
4, 3, 2,
Yay!
1. The Insnider.
Harry
But
Styles.
actually, doesn't have any of style. Harry Styles.
Correct. Actually.
It's not Nick Jonas.
No, it is not.
Oh.
Correct. Alonzo.
Harry Styles.
Got it. All right,
So close with the One Direction guess, but didn't quite nail it.
13-11. 13-11. So now the Odd Couple has a 2-point lead. 2-point lead over the Paddington 2. And we get into round number 2.
In round number 2, now the teams can
Yep,
consult
no, this is
with
anyone's
one
game.
another to come up with their best attempt
This
at a
is
correct
anybody's
answer.
game.
Each team gets one spin at that their wheel, the wheel of justice, doom, perhaps fate for one of the competitors. Each question that you get on your category of choice is going to be worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options. You select one of those. If it's correct, you get 1 point. Keep in mind, competitors is stealing in round 2, and I'll remind everybody that we have 2 sponsored wheel slices today, courtesy of our Patreon. They are James Bond movies and modern classics. You get one of those, we're going to say the name of the patron who did support those wheel slices. Let's take a look at the scores, shall we? The Odd Couple finds themselves at a 2-point advantage over the Paddington 2, so it's up to the couple. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer?
We're going to defer and let them
Okay.
go. Let the Paddingtons
Right.
go.
You spin.
Alonzo, and please spin from the wheel, not the pegs.
Not grab
Please
the
spin the
peg.
wheel, not the pegs. Indeed.
There you go.
There you go. See, even
That's
a
good.
bear
That
can
works.
listen to our simple instructions.
Soft spin, but it still makes the wheel go round and
Just-
round, so we're
just
going to accept it.
Caress that peg.
Look at this.
Look at this, Christian. Spinner's choice right off the
Spinner's
bat.
choice. Spinner's choice. I bet you I know where they're going.
This is a
You
fight.
need to go right to holiday movies. They're wearing Santa hats.
Holiday
There they
movies it
go.
is.
There they go indeed.
Now, Alonzo Duralde wrote the book on holiday movies, literally.
This is
Literally
gonna.
wrote a
Oh
book
shit.
on holiday movies, which you guys can check out. It is, I believe, called The 48 Days of Christmas.
I don't think that's the title.
Was I incorrect?
Alonzo, plug your book. Here's the chance.
Have yourself a movie Little Christmas. It's available in paperback and on Kindle.
There you go. So now he's really happy he spun that wheel. All right. Here we go. So we're going to start
Here
up.
we go.
We're gonna start
That
up
was
here.
his Patreon slide.
It was ridiculous. 6 questions.
I wrote the
6
book
questions. Here we go, guys. 6 questions. Question 1. Complete this quote from Love Actually. To me, you are blank.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Correct for 2 points.
Aw, isn't that nice?
Don't mind me. I'm going to take a nap.
All right.
over here.
Who directed the Thanksgiving movie Home for the Holidays?
Jodie Foster.
2 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Jesus.
He's writing another book here, Christian.
Who played deceased father who returns as a snowman to put things right
Michael
with his
Keaton.
son in the 1998 family drama Jack Frost?
Michael Keaton.
Correct.
Jesus.
Smelling salts for Matt Ashity.
It's not even hard.
Yeah. What is the first name of Kevin McAllister's Pepsi-loving, bed-wetting little brother in Home Alone?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Tommy?
No.
B, Buzz?
No.
C, Mark? D, Fuller?
Fuller.
D.
D is Fuller is correct for 1 point.
Why would he make Mark an option there? I've never wet the bed since like 9th grade.
All right, here he goes. 2 more questions. 2 more questions. What food does Buddy become obsessed with when he moves in with his dad?
Syrup.
An elf?
Spaghetti.
2 points.
Oh.
Sorry we had to make you work there, Ashity.
Sorry.
Yeah. True.
Here's
Interrupted my nap.
Last question. Last question. What is the surname of the 2 sisters who joined up with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye in White Christmas?
The Haynes
That is
sisters.
correct. Well, it worked out. 6
Wow.
points.
Hey, you know what? That's why Spinner's Choice is on the
Yeah.
wheel for moments like that, and Alonzo and
Fuck.
Ashley pitching in there too, making the most of their spin.
But look, so now the odd couple has a chance if they hit something they're strong in. But it took holiday movies off, and I don't think they wanted that. Go ahead, Snyder, spin it.
And
There's
here
the
he
spin.
goes.
Now they're going to be looking for Fincher. They're going to be
Oh
looking
my
for
God.
80s movies, maybe modern day classics here.
Could be modern classics.
Yeah.
And here we go. Is it going to be modern classics?
Modern classics. Modern classics. That's one that hasn't been taken yet.
All right, can
Yeah.
Spin again.
Wow. I'm shocked.
If you're not sure, it's up to you.
You got 5 seconds. Wow.
Okay.
And they're going to spin again. They're spinning away.
Interesting.
From the Patreon.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
That was shocking.
That's a bummer for that Patreon user. Hopefully they spin it
Oh,
again.
look at this. Look at this.
Look at this, Christian.
Oh.
Wow. Just missing it.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, it is.
This is gonna be
And
interesting.
Wow, I'm shocked that they went away from modern classics.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that paid off, and you got to wonder why the crowd doesn't like Nicole Kidman nearly as much as they like Meryl Streep. Interesting turn of events.
All right, here we go.
Well, here's the thing, Mark. It's more syllables. Meryl Streep is 3
Your
syllables.
first question in the wild, fabulous, good-smelling world of Nicole Kidman. Which film featuring Nicole Kidman has the tagline, "Warning, may cause toe tapping"? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Moulin Rouge?
No.
B, Happy Feet?
Happy
C,
Feet.
Watch the Shadows Dance? Or D, 9?
Happy Feet.
For 1 point.
There they go. All right, your next
Okay.
question. In the world of Nicole Kidman movies, who stars alongside Nicole Kidman as a pair of which sisters in 1998's Practical Magic?
Five, 4,
That's it, right?
3.
Sandra Bullock.
That is correct.
For 2
Give him
points.
2 points. And your next question.
I maybe
What
would
was
have
the
guessed on
first
multiple
film
choice.
Nicole Kidman and hunk Tom Cruise starred in together?
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
Give them 2 more points. And now they're within range of Paddington 2 if they can close out the round with a good 3 set here in the second half. Your next question, in the 1989 thriller Dead Calm, how does John and Ray Ingram's son die in the opening scene?
Oh.
5.
Multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, a car accident, B, drowned, C, allergic reaction, or D, cancer?
Probably allergic reaction. That's what I'd say.
I'm going to guess drowned.
You are going to be incorrect. So now for the steal, your options are A, car accident, B, drowned, C, allergic reaction, or D, cancer.
D, cancer.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for a car accident.
Oh, okay.
Question 5 coming up
Okay.
here. Choices to read 2 times in a row. Question 5. Your penultimate question in round number 2, The Odd Couple. In 2016's Lion, who plays Lucy, Saru's girlfriend, who he meets at university in Melbourne?
Rooney Mara.
Rooney Mara.
2 points for The Odd Couple. If they get this last question right, they will have tied Paddington 2. Excuse me, the Paddington 2. Your last question, Odd Couple. The wild world, wonderful world. Of Nicole
Shit, this is tense.
Kidman. Who stars as Nicole Kidman's eccentric daughter and Chan-wook Park's 2013 indie thriller Stoker?
Mia Wasikowska.
God, we hated that. Watch that. That was a tough one to watch for me.
What a round. What a round.
We find ourselves tied going into round 3. This is the match we
Fuck.
thought we would get.
That was a hell of a battle there, where the Paddington 2 hit their movie, and then you had, they had holiday movies,
Okay.
and then you had The Odd Couple hitting all of Nicole Kidman, a lot of them just missing that one. So we are tied up here going
But
into
no
round
steals.
3. Mark, how does round 3 work?
Round number 3 works. This is the round that will determine the fate, although it is tied. So there is the chance that we go into sudden death extra innings here. In round number 3, each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers range from 1 to 20. Each
Wouldn't
number
that be
corresponds
something?
to a different movie trivia category up here at
Go
the
to
answer
sudden
desk. Here's
death.
how it works. The first number you give us is going to be your 2-point question. Once we tell you the category, the team is going to have to decide which team member is going to answer that. You must answer that individually. You may not consult with your teammate for the 2-pointer.
I kind of wanted to go to sudden death, to be honest.
Answer the 3-pointer on their own. You may consult together only for the 5-point question. I think each team has all of their JTE rules and their challenges intact in case you need a reminder that you can use those. The Odd Couple were tied, but you are the favorite going into the match. So which 3 numbers, ranging from 1 to 20, would you like to employ?
19.
19.
14.
14.
4.
4. So
Okay.
19, 14, and 4 for The Odd Couple. Paddington 2.
19, 14, 4.
2.
2.
11.
11.
15.
15.
Mix of odds and evens, both teams. They're really switching it up.
So we're going to start off with the Paddington 2 here, who chose
Here we
category number 2. Category number 2, comic book movies. Comic book movies. Who's taking the
Yeah,
comic book
Matt,
movie?
take
I'll
it.
take the comic book movie.
For 2 points. What was Jim Carrey's first appearance in a film based on a graphic novel?
The Mask.
The Mask.
Correct for 2 points.
Have us the lead.
All right. Okay, what's the challenge?
The Mask was a comic book before it was a graphic novel. That was a collection of comic book issues. It was never an original graphic novel. Those terms are not synonymous.
Okay, well, here we go. Let's go. We're gonna take the challenge, and here we go.
Oh, shit.
After consulting with judges, we have a ruling, and because the question was unclear, it was a graphic novel, and it was actually based on comic book source material, it was just a collection of graphic novel, we have elected to neither award the Paddington 2 or take away their points. We're simply going to ask another 2-point question in the world of comic book movies to Matt Atchity, and hopefully this one will be free of confusion.
And because of that, the Odd Couple does get to keep their challenge. We will ask another question to Matt Atchity in the world of comic book movies.
Worth 2 points.
All right, Matt, here
Okay.
you go. What non-superhero comic character received a 2011 film directed by Steven Spielberg?
The Adventures of Tintin. Tintin.
5, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
First one. What non-superhero comic character received a 2011 film directed by Steven Spielberg?
And produced by Peter Jackson.
5, 4,
3, 2.
Tintin?
Correct. Wow. Correct. All right, so that's maybe the shyest correct answer I've ever heard. He barely whispered it into the mic, but it gave him 2 points.
All right, the stress of it is real. All right, so now we go to the odd couple.
And you know what? No, I'm not even mad at the odd couple. That was a great challenge.
Category 19, the realm of. Say it, Mark, and say it loud.
They picked category 19. Everybody, get loud, get proud for Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Here's your question in the wild, wonderful world that smells just as good as Nicole Kidman's, Meryl Streep's.
I'm taking it, by the way.
All right.
Smart.
Meryl Streep portrays Margaret Thatcher.
The Iron Lady.
What film released in 2011?
The Iron Lady.
2 points.
Okay. All right. Draco seemingly annoyed that he had to give a correct answer.
This is
So
getting
now we
good.
go back to Alonzo Duralde, who will get the 3-pointer for the Paddington 2, and that is category 11. Category 11, which is action-adventure.
Okay.
Action-adventure. Okay.
He'll probably know it.
In Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which of the 4 main actors is the first to lose a life
Jack Black.
in the game?
Come on.
4, 3.
The Rock.
Oh!
Jack Black was the answer. So now,
That cost him.
Now we jump back to Jeff Snyder to see if they can hit their 3-pointer here and take a lead.
All right, you chose category number 14. Is that correct? And Mr. Snyder, that goes to the world of comedy.
Fuck.
The world of comedy.
Oh, he might not get it though.
And your question is, how many films did Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor co-star in?
3.
Give you 20 seconds.
That's it. Jeez.
3.
No, it's incorrect.
Incorrect. We were looking for
4. All right.
See no
20
evil,
seconds
hear no
answer,
evil.
you get it
Silver
in
Streak.
half a second. All right, so now we jump back to the Paddington 2, who has to answer their 5-pointer. If
Oh my
they
God,
miss it,
please.
Then it goes to the odd couple.
This might go to sudden death.
The odd couple to try to win the game. If they hit it, they have a chance to win the game. Here we go. So the Paddington
Holy
2,
shit.
The Paddington 2 has
That one I remember.
category 15. Category 15, guys. Category 15. Tarantino films. Tarantino. All right, guys.
Come on.
5-pointer.
Come on.
What is the name of Django's wife in Django Unchained?
Brunhilde.
Ian pronounced it wrong.
That is incorrect. It is Broom.
Yep.
Not
He
Brune.
said Brune.
He said Brune.
Yep.
He said Brunhilde.
Agreed.
The answer is Broom.
Yep.
Hilda. You just say
Our question.
Hilda?
Broom. Broom, like what you
Brunhilde.
sweep with. He said Brune Hilda.
He said, you can challenge it
Like
if
the
you like.
70s comic strip?
You can challenge it if you'd like.
I will.
You guys.
Yeah, I'd like to
Let's
challenge it.
challenge
Why not? We're at the end.
That's fine. The challenge is at the table here. The challenge is that her name was Hilda and not, in fact, Broomhilda. And we're going to challenge that right now.
Fuck. Ah, no.
All right, the challenge on the table. We did the search. We looked. It is, in fact, Broom with an M. Broomhilde, missing it with one letter there. And Alonzo, unfortunately, said Brunhilde. And it now jumps to the Paddington 2. Excuse me. It now jumps to the odd couple, who can win the game here if they hit their 5-pointer. If they miss it, we go to sudden death.
All right, and the odd couple. Your question comes in the world of Oscar movies. These are movies that were of some note during the Oscars. Your question, worth 5 points. Who was the last director to win Best Director in their directorial debut?
Damien Chazelle.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who was the last director to win Best Director in their directorial debut? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who?
We have one more repeat after this, right?
Yeah, that was 2.
Who was the last director to win Best Director in their directorial debut?
I can't think of anyone else. I think it is just Damien Chazelle for Whiplash.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who was the last director to win Best Director in their directorial debut.
All right.
5.
Here goes nothing.
4, 3.
Sam Mendes.
And your winners, ladies and gentlemen, Macuga and Draco, Jeff Snyder, the Odd Couple. 5 points off.
Using all of the JTE rules at their disposal, using the challenges. What a win here for the Odd. Very well played game by the Paddington too as well. But the Odd Couple, I guess this is why you're supposed to take their phone calls.
Brunhilde sunk them. They had it tied there, and Brunhilde takes them out at the very end. But it was actually Daralde playing absolutely incredibly. What a battle there, 29-24, nothing to hang your head there.
Good
What
team
an incredible,
chemistry by them too. I mean, it literally came down to one letter, Christian, and that letter is right next to the other letter that if they had hit, we'd be in overtime right now.
So how about that? The Odd Couple goes on to play either Brianne Chandler and Drew McWeeny of Take the Cannoli, or how about this? The Evil Geniuses. That's right, Little Evil, JTE or Lon Harris. That would be something if that indeed happens. Snyder and Draco advancing. They are 2-0 in a hard-fought victory. We get to talk to Jen Sturger. Who's got them both, pal. Here we go.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with the Paddington 2. Guys, wow. Matt, first of all, that was one of the best matches you've ever played.
Me?
I have to say here.
I mean, that was all him. I mean,
crushed holiday movies.
Well, you know, who knew it was a wedge? But then as soon as I saw it in the bin, I was like, this, please. So just a lucky spin.
You literally picked it out backstage?
Oh, totally, yeah. Because I didn't find out until about 10 minutes beforehand that we actually get to pick a couple every time.
Oh. Well, I guess it's not a shock that 2 guys wearing Santa hats would crush that category. But you guys came up just short, and you're probably the only people matter that she was named Broomhilde than she is.
One lever. M.
Yes.
M.
Well, it turns out
stands for mother.
Yeah. Thanks, Quentin Tarantino. Once again, you've made my life less pleasurable.
Quentin
Tarantino. Yeah. No. I googled it, and Broomhilde only exists in Django Unchained and in the 1970s comic strip, and beyond that, it's Brunhilde with an N. So this was a very specific thing, and I very specifically missed it, I guess. But there we go.
Guys, it was a pleasure watching that match. It may go down as one of the best matches in this tournament.
It was a good match, and
we had a blast, and now we get to watch the rest of it, so that'll be fun too.
I know somebody will be getting coal in his stocking.
Does this mean you're going to be rooting for the Odd Couple going forward? Because if you're going to lose, lose to the best.
No.
Lose to the best.
Hell no.
No, we need to see them. Somebody has to make them cry.
Yes.
Just because we didn't.
We'll see. And we're back with the Odd Couple. Guys, what are you wearing?
These are my biking gloves, because I'm going for a ride after this.
Oh, my God. You know, Snyder, after your match against Bibiani, a lot of people, I think, were counting you out. And it's almost like this tournament has kind of rejuvenated you in a way.
I think it's playing with a class act like Mark Andreyko, who has brought out the best in me. The team league has always invigorated me.
Wow. Were you guys drinking before this match? All of a sudden, there's this new bromance I feel like stirring here.
Yeah, I mean, I said backstage, if we make it through to the end and we win, we should stay a team, and maybe even not. Maybe I'm bringing him over into the Fife Club good side. There's nothing better than a good redemption
I didn't even
story.
know I was being recruited for this.
Yeah, Mark was definitely drinking before this match. So, guys, I think out there we have to say you guys played a very well played match. You know, the knowledge was there, but you guys actually played the game well. And is that just part of the teamwork that you guys have been working on?
I think that coming into here, you have the knowledge you have, but how you actually play the game is what creates champions. And that's where I see these guys going, because the fact that they knew to use the JTE rule 3 times in the end, they never would have gotten that 5-pointer if they didn't have that left. The fact that they challenged, the fact that they listened carefully enough to hear Brune instead of Broom, that's why these guys won the game. And they talked after every single time they could talk. They conferred with each other when they could, and they didn't just shout out answers. And without that, they would not be standing here as the victors of the day.
You can chalk up our victory today to experience. You know, again, we needed all 3 of those JTE rules. We needed all that time to think about the Sam Mendes answer, which came to us at the last second. I know Roxy was mad that I shouted out the answer to the Gene Wilder question and blew our 3 points. I just didn't know that.
I would have said 3 either. The 4th movie.
I was between 2 and 4, whatever. I just made a guess.
And I got to say, Roxy has been an exemplary manager, both backstage, calming us down, getting us focused, and the first time Jeff and I fought, I answered questions too quickly, and probably cost us a couple of points, even though we won. So I was very conscious to learn, because if like Jeff, don't like Jeff. Jeff is a font of knowledge, and by talking to each other, it sometimes jars stuff that we knew. And that Sam Mendes question, thank God for those 3 JTE rules, because I was 2 seconds behind him and going down back in time. And when he said it, I was like,
These guys played very well. I don't want to take anything away from Alonzo or Atchity, but you know what? They got Spinner's Choice. They got holiday movies. If they hadn't even gotten that, I'm not so sure they would have been in the game there at the end.
Yeah, you're round 2. I mean, maybe I'm a little behind the game here, but I was shocked that you guys were so good at Nicole Kidman.
Well, you know, she's done a lot of movies, but it's not like it's Sam Jackson where he's done like 184 of them. And knowing that a lot of people avoid her, they're not going to be too deep questions. They did get deep with Stoker, though. And the problem for me is when it's an actor category, I always forget to think about their animated movies. Because if I had remembered that, when the moment he said,
that's a good call going to multiple choice. Because
he said, I said it's not Moulin Rouge, and he said, well, maybe
it's 9 or Moulin
it's
Rouge.
9.
But
and
neither one is the tagline makes sense for those.
Yeah, there's no tap dancing in 9, so.
The happy feet question.
Yeah.
Oh, future's so bright, Roxy's putting on shades now. So guys, who's next? Well, that's the thing. You're either going to face the evil geniuses, Lon and JTE, or you're going to face Take the Cannoli, which is McWeenie and Brienne. Either of those kind of stick out to you like,
I think they're both. It could go either way. I think they're great. They're great teams. They're great players. I think it's going to be like one of these matches, and that's what this tournament should be. It should be close matches. If it's ever a blowout, that's no fun. Even when you lose, if you lose by a point and it's tough and it's tight, those are fun matches.
It's so funny. I was sitting next to you backstage when Brienne's match was going on, and you were like, "Oh God, please don't let them win," because you didn't want to face them. Are you still like a little scared?
Well, you know. The two of them, they complement each other very well, and Drew is, of course, a major force. But now I feel like Jeff and I are in sync, and I feel like this was the best game I've ever played, as far as technique goes. So I think whoever it's going to be tough, but it's going to be a well-fought battle, and ultimately it'll be fun for the fans.
Doesn't matter who it is, Mark. Okay, just tell them we're going to answer the call. Trust me. Defeat champions. Us.
Back to you guys.
Look, Snyder feeling good. That was like hitting a 3-pointer right up the court. Your last JTE rule, using it right.
Shades of Ray Allen in the finals against my beloved San Antonio Spurs. Just when you think we're going to overtime, a dagger from the corner, courtesy of the Snyder.
Yeah, and you can tell these two are starting to play together very well. They're starting to vibe together. Roxy Stryer is excited. This is a team to look out for. With one more victory, they have gotten themselves into the finals. They're in the semifinals now, Mark, and they have a chance to play for those titles now. They're only 2 victories. The first team to be 2 victories away from getting a title shot against the Shire Wolves, and how crazy would that be if Mark Andreyko played against the Shire Wolves for the title?
And you look at the Paddington, too. I mean, it's definitely not the last we've seen from either competitor, but I think them sticking together as a team, maybe in a future event somewhere down the road, could behoove them, because they really do bounce off each other pretty well. Maybe the difference with the odd couple was the fact that Roxy Stryer, as a manager, has such a good hold on what these gentlemen's strengths are. She really has them in shape going into the next round.
Look, I'll tell you what, though. You look at, this is what I said in the beginning, though. I will say this is the best game that Atchity has played thus far, as far as game overall.
Sure.
But you see how well the odd couple, they play their challenge, they play the JTE rules, they save their JTE rules.
Yep.
They know how to play the games. They're vets of the league, you can tell, and that's why they're 2-0 now going into this next battle.
And that's why you should join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon, so you can get all the latest and greatest with the matches, whole lot of bonus features for whatever tier you select. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon and select which one is right for you.
Hollywood or Halloween is a Halloween.
You got those confused.
Not even close. Horror movies. Horror movies, we're going to do a full-on exhibition because of Halloween. There's going to be an exhibition match exclusive for the patrons. That's this month.
And they make them in Hollywood. So that's Christian Harloff. I'm Mark Ellis. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Check out the Schmoedown Rundown. And, check us out. You see us on the street, give him a hug. Give me a high five.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, Broomhilda. Why? Oh, it was so close. It was so good, too. Holy shit. But, look, that being said, this was a fantastic match. Oh, my gosh. And, okay. So I'm going to break down real quick, just give some final thoughts before I close this out. Anarchy and Duralde, if they had hit that and gone to sudden death, it's hard to tell who would have came out on top, but this was a great match. This, is going to set the bar for the rest of round 2. And I do have to say that if, depending on who they play next, if Snyder and Draco actually win their semifinal match, they very well could actually be playing the Shirewolves as Spectacular, because I'm now starting to see some luck. I'm seeing the wheels turning between them much faster than I've seen it between any of the other teams. Even Merlin Roca, or even Chandler McWeeny, or even more so than Bibiani and Nost, who I think are going to be the next people moving on. Actually, that's not true. I do have money on Chance and Kalinowski taking out Merlin Roca, believe it or not. But until we get to the next match, this is still anyone's tournament. 16 teams went in. Right now there's only 7 teams left. Let's find out how the rest of this goes. And guys, again, I'm sorry that it's just me tonight, but hey, I hope you guys had fun. And I do just want to say real quick, it's been a little bit of a tough week for me, but I'm glad that I was still able to take the time, and I hope someone was able to get a little bit of a smile on their face just to do this. So, and you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust at Skywalker Doman. You guys can follow Dedicated to Art on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. You guys can follow us on our Facebook page, Dedicated to Art. And you guys can follow Case on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy. You guys can follow Ryan on Twitter at Clan McClellan. And for everybody here at Dedicated to Art, my name is Chris Skywalker Doman. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.